Welcome to Humour Times, where history, news and sarcasm collide like politicians and their terrible decisions. Tonight we bring you a story that has everything: drugs, tariffs, and cartel members who somehow have better business strategies than most CEOs. So, grab your popcorn, lock your doors, and maybe double-check that your neighbour isn't running a fentanyl lab. Let's dive in. Breaking news! The BBC has tracked the deadly fentanyl trade from cartel safe houses in Mexico all the way to the streets of the United States, because apparently following the breadcrumbs of overdose deaths wasn't enough of a clue. But don't worry, folks. President Trump has a plan. And that plan is, drumroll please, tariffs. Yep, because if slapping taxes on avocados and tequila doesn't stop the drug trade, what will? Meanwhile, cartel members were interviewed and basically said, "Nice try, gringo. We've survived DEA raids, military crackdowns, and our own shootouts. You think a tariff is going to stop us? Pfft, we'll just raise drug prices and call it inflation." So, what does this mean for the average American? Well, if you were hoping for cheaper guacamole, think again. Prices on Mexican imports will skyrocket, while fentanyl, still cheaper than your morning coffee, that's right. Getting high is now officially more affordable than a Starbucks latte. And people wonder why this crisis keeps getting worse. But don't worry, our government is on it. They've just introduced new legislation to crack down on opioid trafficking because the last 17 attempts worked so well. In other words, they're throwing paperwork at criminals who don't even read. Genius. And just when you thought this couldn't get messier, China jumps in. That's right. China, the main supplier of fentanyl ingredients, is now mad at the US for undermining counter-narcotics cooperation by imposing tariffs. Because nothing screams cooperation like two countries blaming each other while cartels roll in cash. I mean, think about it. China supplies the ingredients, Mexico turns them into fentanyl, and America buys it. This is the worst international trade deal in history. And somehow, we're still the ones losing. So what's the solution? Well, maybe, just maybe, instead of tariffs, border walls, and blaming each other, we invest in addiction treatment, regulate pharmaceutical companies, and stop pretending this is a simple fix. But hey, what do I know? I just work at Humour Times, where the news is real, but our faith in politicians is not. And on that note, I need a drink. And no, not tequila, because thanks to these tariffs, I can't afford it anymore. That's it for tonight's episode of Humour Times. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or at least send us money. Since unlike the cartels, we don't have billions rolling in. Stay sarcastic, stay informed, and remember, if your drug dealer is offering a tariff discount, maybe it's time to rethink your life choices. Good night.